So this is my review for Zootopia 2. Now I was really excited for this sequel. I love the first one, and I was really hyped to see them do a sequel and then come back to this world. I thought this was a great second movie. I love this as much as the first movie. I thought the story was great. It's full of heart. It's full of emotional moments. It's really funny like the first one. It's one of those animated movies like the first one where you can really enjoy it or love it even if you're an adult. Like, it has jokes there for kids, but it also has jokes there that adults would get. So I think the comedy is done great in this movie, like the first movie. There's some great emotional moments. The new characters we get in this movie, I love. I think the whole voice cast do a great job in this movie. The actress who voices Judy Hopper's the rabbit, I think she's great in this movie as a character. Like, I loved all the characters in the first movie, and she continues to do a great job. Jason Bateman as Nick does a great job, and I love where their friendship goes in this movie, where you see them actually as partners now, and you see the friendship even get deeper, and you kind of see moments. Like, I felt this, and there was certain moments of where I was like, "Are we building to them maybe having more, becoming more than friends?" Because you feel like there's moments in the movie where you feel like they like each other more than just friends. One of my favorite moments in this movie is like the snow scene at the end between them, and I thought that was just to me what one of the things I love about this movie, and the thing that really makes this movie is the relationship, friendship between these two characters, and it growing and getting deeper, and I could definitely see if they do a solo, which I think they will. This one's made $1 billion and is making more than the first one. Is that I think to me I could see them becoming like a couple in the next movie where you see most of them just we see moments where you go like, yeah, they could. You see them kind of like each other more than just friends, but it's maybe more than just a friendship between the two characters. So I love where they take their friendship and maybe hints of like you can see them having feelings for each other more than just friends. So I love the partnership between the two characters. I love both characters. Like, I love how Nick is like the cynical one and Judy's like the one with the happy personality, and how opposite they are, the characters. And I think it's like a really great buddy cop movie where you really love these two characters' partnership, and you love the banter between two characters, and you really feel invested in these two characters. I think the new characters are great. I think Ki-Han Kwan, who plays Shorty in Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, who I think is a great actor. He was also in the Goonies. I think he's great as Gary D. Snake. I love his character in this, where he's a very warm-hearted character, and I love how his character also loves to give hugs in this movie. I thought that was really really cute, and he's just a very likable character. Like, you rooted for this snake in this movie. And it's funny that when you go back and watch the first movie, because I didn't think about this with the first movie, is that you don't notice any reptiles in the first movie. Which I didn't even pick up on that when I watched that movie the first time. I was like, oh, yeah, you don't notice any reptiles in that movie. So, I love how, like, this whole mystery in this movie is about Gary and getting his family to be able to come back to their home, and how reptiles were exiled, or like kind of exiled in this movie, and how they're not like they're not part of Zootopia. When you go back and watch the first movie, you're like, oh yeah, there is no reptiles in that movie. So I thought that was really cool. It's like something you didn't think about in the first movie, and it becomes like the big plot in the second movie, which I love that. And I think the plot is very interesting. It keeps you guessing. It's a like it's a great case where it keeps you guessing where it's going and who the bad guys are. So I think he did a great job there. It kept me invested in the story. There's a lot of funny moments, I thought. Like, it has humor for kids and adults, which I think these movies do a great job of that, and has a great balance tone wise in these movies. So I thought Gary Snake was a great new addition. I thought Nibbles was also great, which I can't remember the name of that voice actress, but the character's a Beaver. I think, like, to me, him and Gary are great new additions to this movie. I think the Beaver character Nibbles, I think he's very funny, and I love the friendship between Nipples and Jason Bateman's character Nick Wild, where Nipples, the Beaver character, kind of gets on Jason Bateman's character's Nick Wild nerves, but it grows into this like really great friendship between the two characters, where I think they're just really funny together as friends. Where it's kind of like this character gets on his nose, at the same time, you just really love the friendship between these two characters. So I thought excuse me, Nibbles. I realize that I'm the saying it wrong. Nibbles, excuse me, Nibbles. Nibbles, I think, is a great new addition. I think Gary Snake is also, like I said, another great new addition. I thought the villain was great in this movie. The whole voice cast, like I said, they do a great job in this movie. The story's great. It just is full of heart in this movie. With the snow scene at the end, in my opinion, being like the most emotional scene in the movie. And the therapy scene at the beginning, I thought was really funny. Like I love the fact you have these two characters have to go into therapy at the start of the movie, since they and just I think I love how this movie kind of deals with when you're like, whether it be like a girlfriend, boyfriend, or a significant partner, how two opposite personalities can sometimes, not get along all the time. And you have moments with your partner where sometimes, hey, you don't always get along, you don't always agree with each other. And I think the movie does a great job kind of dealing with that. And I also love the fact the message of these movies is kind of like accepting people despite the flaws, despite the fact that look, people aren't perfect, and how you need to accept people for no matter what skin color they are, no matter if they're different from you or they look different from you. At the end of the day, we're all just people. And I just love the mess of these movies about how like the first movie you know you like the idea of just Judy with Nick where Foster's were like they were made like Foss is presented as like the bad. And it's really, and I love how this movie kind of deals with the idea of just how you have this whole race that was exiled, and just how like how just accepting people, even if they're different from you, even if they look different from you, and just I don't know. I love the messages of these movies. I think they do a great job of giving a great message without like hammering it down either. Though, like I don't feel like they like are like hammering it down over your head. I feel like they do a great job of making these fun while at the same time having a compelling message there that doesn't feel like it's beating you over the head with it. I think these movies just do a great job of that, and the characters are great. You just feel attached to the characters, and I love this world. I hope they don't wait too long to do a third one, with like they did between one and two, because I really would love to see just more stories with Nick and Judy, this partnership, these two characters, and just explore more of this world. One of the other things I love about this movie is that you do get some new locations in this movie, which I love. Like there's this marketplace location in the swamps, which I thought was really cool. There's this snow place in the movie, and I just love the fact we get to visit more locations in this movie and expand the world of Zootopia even more. There is a credit scene. I can't remember if there's two scenes at the end or one, but there is something at the end that sets up where I think they're gonna go with a third movie, because one of the other animals you don't see in these first two movies, was I didn't even was the credit scene sets up. In fact, you don't see any birds or those type of animals in either of these two movies so far. So I'm thinking the like that would be the next type of animals we're gonna touch on in the next movie. So overall, I thought Zootopia 2 was fantastic. A great sequel to the original, a movie full of heart, full of laughter, just a movie that makes you feel good, and a movie where you just love the characters. You love like I love the world, and I would definitely continue to see more sequels to this franchise if they keep up this quality. So that's my thoughts on Zootopia 2. I would definitely recommend checking it out, and that's all, movie folks.